What's up, guys? It's Dakota here. We're back out at the property. Trying to do a little bit of cleanup today. Mostly just breaking some sticks up and trying to get this downslope area ready to be able to run zero turn over it. Finished up our disc golf course. We got about 13 holes between this property and my brother has some 2 acres in the woods down the street. We got a total of like 13 holes. We'll take you along for a round here in the future. Other than that, just kind of been working on getting this taken care of and doing what we can until we get our house plans ready. We got our first revisions back with the rough draft and made a few more changes to that and sent it back over to the architects over at Passion. So they're working on that right now. Hopefully within the next maybe month and a half, 2 months, we'll have some completed plans ready and we can start sending out some bits and some subs and see if we can get started with that. Worked on finishing that fence line that we were in during the last episode. Not sure if I put some clips in there last time, but if not, I'll put some clips up there. We had about 750 foot of fence line on one side and a couple of feet on the other that had old barbed wire that was all trapped in some trees and just failing. So we pulled them on T-posts and getting all the barbed wire ready to come out. Came back through, ran a box blade over everything, got it all kind of cleaned up. My brother has a fab shop and got one of his landscape rakes made for skid steers and kind of ran through between running his Bobcat with the landscape rake and running the box blade on the tractor. Pretty much got everything smoothed out, looking pretty good. I'll take y'all along and show y'all that in a little bit. Did a big bonfire 2 nights ago and it's kind of still smoldering, so I'm going to try to kind of rake some of this area with the landscape rake on the tractor and see if we can get that fire going again. It'd be nice to be able to run the finish roll down here or the zero turn instead of having to rely on just a bush hog just for a quality event. Especially now that we have our disc golf course that runs through here. Still working on getting some signage done for that and getting our measurements for holes and kind of cleaning up tee boxes, things like that. But we'll take y'all on for a run through it. Kind of working on getting the shooting range down at the corner prepped and ready. So bring y'all on for that too. I know YouTube doesn't really like the firearms sector, so might be kind of limited on what we show for that because I really am looking to eventually grow this channel big enough to maybe get it monetized and see if we can start, kind of helping support some of the property with YouTube. It's far-fetched hope right now, but just keep plugging at it. Maybe we'll get there. That's about it. Let's go get some work done. seems like it's working pretty good. Trying to get most of this picked up. Unfortunately, getting some dirt mixed in with it, but hopefully it's coming out. Let me just see. So, it's looking a bit better. Whoops. But yeah, this is the ditch line that we went ahead and cut all that barbed wire out of. Like I said, we ran the box blade and the Bobcat with landscape rake, and turns it to pretty good powder. It's working pretty good. Down at the very end down there, sort of the shooting berm is. We're gonna bring in a little bit more dirt, mostly rimfire and some subsonic 9mm with suppressors, but it's getting there.
What's up, guys? A little intermission here. Not long after one of these clips, had an issue with the front end loader on the tractor. Right side sheared the loader bolts off on the upper loader mount, and noticed that there was a crack in the loader mount on the left side. So, cue the repair footage. Took a few hours to get everything pulled apart and welded back up. Broken bolts extracted, new bolts replaced, everything reassembled. But yeah, enjoy the little montage.
On Retracted web or Real Trucks website for retracts, they're like $2,700. So that's a deal. That's what he said.
Now be careful with the fuel line on this one.
What's up, guys? Time warp. It's about a week later. I'm actually on my way to work right now. I'm currently on my work rotation for the next couple of days. Broke the tractor, fixed the tractor. You'll see some clips of that in here. What had happened, I was moving some trees and some branches from my brother out of the woods behind his property, out of the woods behind his house. And just started kind of noticing that the loader arms are kind of bobbing on one side a little more than normal after I had set down a load. Hopped out, checked everything, and found that the upper loader mount bolts on the right side, all four of the upper bolts had sheared off, and the ones on the left were all there, but part of the loader frame had a stress crack in it at the very top on the mount, the interface between the loader arm and the frame of the tractor. That mounting plate had a crack in it, so got it all cleaned up, welded up, fixed, extracted the bolts on the other side, got new bolts, new hardware, put everything back together, good as new now. It was actually the first time pulling the front end loader off of it. Really wasn't too bad. Some of the quick connect fittings were a little tight, getting off for first time, but got all that done, got it all back together, and tractor's up and running again. So didn't get quite as much as I wanted to accomplished before the week ended, and I had to start my work week back. But hopefully this upcoming week we can finish getting some more raking done, take care of that. I was going to rent a stump grinder, but everything I can find here for a stump grinder large enough that I can try to knock it all out in 1 to 2 days, possibly. I'm looking $400 to $500 a day for a rental, so it's kind of pushed me to start looking at some of the more basic stump grinders for the tractor, like the Woodland Mills and the Mech-Max, just like the standard rear disc models. I think it's like a 24-inch carbide tooth filled blade. Not that much more money over renting for a weekend, and I'll get to keep it forever. So, and the number of stumps just keeps adding up. I think we have something like a dozen at the property right now that we're gonna have to work on removing. And then my parents at their house down the street, they have like 2 or 3 maybe there that we need to cut. My brother now has 2 or 3 through a trail that he cut in the back of his property through the woods. And actually one of his neighbors was asking about stump grinders the other day, because he's looking to have somebody come and grind a couple of stumps in his front yard. So might actually be able to get a little bit of work with this grinder, cut his stumps down, maybe pay for a little bit of the cost of this thing, and help everybody out. So if y'all have any opinions on either one, any experience with them, or any other stump grinders like that, let me know. Throw them in the comments. But yeah, that's it. Heading into the department now. Today is Monday. I have tonight and tomorrow left of my week, and then we'll be back out at the property. So I'll see y'all then. Later.